Okay, my name is Christopher Blay, and I am the news editor at glasstire.com. Today, we are doing a video check-in with Annette Lawrence, who is an artist based in Denton, Texas. And we're going to dive right in. Annette, welcome to Glasstire Check-ins.
Thank you. Thank you, Christopher.
How are you doing? How are things with you right now?
Everything's good. I'm constantly checking in with friends and family, and so far so good on that front. It's been quiet here. I've had the challenge of learning how to teach online, which I'm a very analog person, so it's a big challenge. And lots of Zoom calling and visits and things have been happening. I had a big Google meetup with my cousins yesterday, and I always have technical problems. It doesn't matter what's going on. So
I don't
anyways,
think you're the only one in that regard. I think we're all
right.
trying to get our sea legs on the new Zoom and conference calling and everything else.
Exactly.
And yeah, so you are a professor of art at University of North Texas. How long have you been doing that?
I've been at UNT since 1996, so this is 24 years.
And is this the first time that you had to do sort of online teaching?
It is. It's the first time I managed to avoid it. I barely knew how to use the platform until now, and now I'm getting pretty good at it, out of necessity.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be too good at it though.
Exactly. Yeah, it's this is not the way we were meant to interact as humans, but
Exactly. Yes.
I know everyone is under sort of a stay-at-home order. Have you
Right.
ventured out to get groceries or other necessities?
I did go to the store this morning, and it was early, so there were very few people in the store, which was good. Still no toilet paper whatsoever in the corner where I shop, not a single roll. But I wasn't there for that. And the streets are empty. The weather's been weird. It's been kind of rainy and cold, then warm and hot, and then rainy and cold again. It's going back and forth like that. But I get out every day and I walk a couple of miles. So it depends on what time I'm walking. I'll see other people also walking their dogs and stuff. But it's everyone's keeping the stay at home. They're following those directions.
Yeah, as they should, as we all should. What's in your studio right now? I see a canvas in the background and
Right.
some familiar work.
So this painting was in the faculty show that ended early, so I got it back here. And I'm right now working on, I've got a bunch of wood panels that I'm planning to wrap with linen and make small paintings, because I had an idea for how I wanted to install my paper drawings in the conduit show. That didn't work. So now I just have all these wooden frames that I was going to use for that. So now there's going to be paintings on those. Just using what I have here. And I got the panels cut just in time before everything shut down. So I feel fortunate that I could actually keep working.
Yeah, I see the canvas, and there's
this stencil that I made for the last paintings that I did. The red one that was in the show was used with that stencil. And then over here, there's something that didn't actually work out very well, but it's a print. And then on this wall, there's all my junk. And then on this wall, there's some more older things.
Yeah, for our audience who are not familiar with your work, what are we looking at? Describe.
So on this wall, you're looking at some circle grid drawings the one on the top, the larger one, is from the month of July in 2013. But it's the month of July where I've marked all of the days that I wrote in my journals for a 25-year period. So it's basically a calendar.
So you've translated your journal entries into hashes along that concentric circle that goes to the middle?
I'm just filling in the days. The grid actually is all the days for 25 years in the month of July.
Okay.
And then the dates that are filled in are days there's an entry in my journal. And the empty ones are days that aren't. I'm getting closer so you can see it better.
Yeah. We have a great view of it.
Okay, let's get this out the way. So anyway, so you can see that, so the empty days are days that there's no entry. The filled in days are days that there are, and I've drawn each month of the year in this size, but also in a smaller size. These ones that are smaller down here have to be rescanned. I made some mistakes. But ultimately, ultimately what I'm doing is, that's down the hallway of the studio. Ultimately, what I'm doing is I want to make an interactive piece that you are able to see each day of the year on 6 different grids. And you'll be able to select any day that interests you. Yeah, I was going to just sit back down. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Are those the panels, though? Can you give us a little view of the wood panels that you're working on?
And they're just, I can't tell what you can see. Okay.
Yeah, they're sort of like a little smaller than your laptop.
Exactly. And then what the laptop is sitting on, some larger ones.
Okay.
There's actually 3 sizes. I don't see the other size.
Yeah. I can see, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so those are I haven't started wrapping them yet. And I'll show you the rolls of canvas on the floor. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's the canvas. I mean, it's linen actually.
Now, was this work that was planned to be exhibited soon? And are those plans still in place, or have they been postponed or canceled?
I don't have a scheduled exhibition. I did have one that was going to be taking place in April, but it was canceled at Stephen F. Austin as part of the Texas National Exhibition.
Yeah.
But that was the next. I think they're still going to install the Texas National, but the solo exhibition that I was going to be doing at the same time isn't going to happen. I was the juror of the Texas National this year, so that comes with an exhibition. And I was going to show some smaller circle grid drawings that were the dates of the exhibition. So it was mid-April through the beginning of June. And I was just going to choose those dates as the work that went in the show. So that's disappointing. And I don't know how we're going to do the jurying of I already selected the pieces, but I'm supposed to be choosing awards for that exhibition. And I guess I'll do it digitally. It's going to be very difficult to make a call on who's first, who's second, who's third when I haven't seen the work, but I'll figure it out.
We're navigating that same thing with our viewers and audience. We launched these 5-minute tours, which are great because it's the only way we can see the work right now. But there are a lot of pieces and shows that really have to be seen in person.
Right. I mean, I spend a lot of time encouraging my students to actually go stand in front of real paintings. And now we can't even stand in front of their paintings.
Right. Right.
So this is not, this is definitely a downgrade. That's how I think about it, for what we do. And I think painters and people who do drawing and painting have it a little bit easier than people who do like ceramics and, folks who are heavily dependent on equipment and like digital fabrication stuff.
Yeah,
They can't do anything right now.
exactly. Yeah, I'm working on a public art project that is navigating all these shutdowns and stay-at-home orders. So it's definitely not essential work, but we hope that along with everyone else and everything else, we get to the other side of this.
Yeah,
It's
it really is essential work. It's not essential medical, it's not essential
right.
emergency, but it's essential human.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
yeah,
If art doesn't survive the pandemic, we can live, but what is that? What is the nature of that
right.
existence
Not
without?
very well.
Yeah.
People are going to be creative no matter what. You know, so it might not look like it looks right now, but it won't stop.
No, I don't get that sense at all. Well, it's definitely not the same chatting with you via Zoom by I think the last time I saw you was at the Mark Bradford exhibition.
Right. Well, I never actually saw it. I just was at the talk and it wasn't quite open.
Right, right.
And I left. I went out of town. I came back, and then everything shut down.
Yeah.
So I hope I'll have a chance to see it. I hope it stays up, long enough for me to get there.
Yeah, the Modern has one of our 5-minute tours of the exhibition, but it's definitely uh, not the same as seeing the work in person.
Mm.
It's really meant to be seen in person. Even the
I
yeah.
the first time I saw that work was at the freestyle exhibition at the Studio Museum in Harlem, and
Really, back in was it 95, 96?
I can't remember
96?
the year.
It was
Yes,
the early
early
90s. I know that. I remember that.
yeah. And I met Mark at that exhibition with one of those pieces. And when it was new, it was brand new work at the time. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
and that was such a seminal exhibition.
It was.
Launched a few careers.
Yeah. Corey Newkirk was in there and, well, a lot of people, but his name I remember because of the piece. It was a big helicopter on the wall that was made out of hair grease. And it was called, I think he called it a ghetto bird or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked online for a catalog of that exhibition. I'm sure it exists, but it would be nice to see a video walkthrough of that exhibition.
Okay.
Well, Annette, I know you're in your studio, and we all have busy work around this sort of shutdown, but it is such a pleasure to see your face and have a conversation with you that we can share with your audience and our audience. So thank you for checking in, and I'll check back with you and see how you're doing.
Okay. Thank you, Christopher. It was fun.
It was fun. Please stay safe.
You
Talk with you
too.
soon.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.